Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's webinar covering promotions. Again, just to check that we do have audio, could I ask you once again just to do a hands up if you can hear my voice? Thank you, that's fantastic. So by now you should have a view of the welcoming slide for the webinar. And the first thing is we're going to go through a little bit of housekeeping. So this webinar will be recorded and a copy of the webinar will be sent through to everyone at the conclusion of the webinar. In addition, I do have the amazing Beck who is with me today who will be fielding questions. She will be answering questions throughout the webinar, plus there will be a time at the end of the webinar where I can address questions as well. I will ask all people to stay throughout the entire webinar as we do have a couple of questions at the end that we will be asking you as well. So with today's webinar, we will also be looking at the what, why and who of webinars, who they affect, etc. Sorry, promotions. Before I actually move on to how you set up promotions and how they are used in the bookings process. We will then conclude with explaining when you can start using promotions or when you should start using promotions and the next steps from there. Now, if you do have a control panel appearing on your screen, you may click on the right-hand arrow on the orange background if you wish to minimize the control panel. So let's get going. First thing is, what are promotions? And I'll start that by asking the question, is your organisation looking for ways to increase revenue and bookings? The fact that you are here today, I believe the answer to this is yes. And what promotions do is they allow you to competitively price yourself within the market. And how they work, and you can see from the two slides, the two mobile phones I'm showing here, is on the left, when promotions are activated, a client will be doing a search via your console, and when they get to the shopping cart, they have the ability to enter a promo code, and on the right-hand side, that promo code will allow a promotional discount to appear. Now, these promotions may be public or they may be private. What I mean by private is the client must enter a promo code to get the discount, or it may be public, similar to a special. The promos allow you to place discounts across all bookings, whether they are done with certain operators or a certain time frame, and they will appear on all digital presences. So whether it is booked via your website, tablet, mobile phone, etc. Now, promos do affect your operators as well. So we do have three parties with every booking transaction. We've got yourself, the booking centre, we've got the clients, Mr. and Mrs. Smith at home, and we do have your operators. And promos fall into two categories. We have centre margin discounts and we have operator provided discounts. If we look at the left-hand slide, centre margin discounts are where you are going to be providing a discount and you're actually going to absorb that discount as part of your commission. These ones do not affect the operator whatsoever. And the operator is paid the commission based on the value of the booking before any discounts are applied. Now, I will be showing a couple more slides shortly to really show you the details behind this. In this case, strictly speaking, you don't have to make the operator aware of the promo because realistically it has no effect on them. They're going to be paid their net amount prior to any promotional discount taking place. The other scenario on the right-hand side is where we're looking at operator-provided discounts. This is where your operators have agreed or supplied you with the promotional discounts. It does affect your operator this time because the operator is paid the commission based on the value after the discounts are applied. Let's have a little bit of a look at both of these scenarios in play so we can really get our head around what's happening here. So with a centre margin discount, let's take the scenario where you've got a $100 booking in place and you're offering a 5% promotional discount, and your normal commission is 15% commission. How it works with the outcome is that the client has booked a $100 hotel maybe, but they're only going to pay $95 because you're offering a discount. From the operator's point of view, all they're interested in is that the original booking value was $100 and they're going to be paid on that value. So after you take out your 15%, the operator receives $85. Of the remaining $15, you will get $10 because $5 you have absorbed. So as in the italics, the operator has been paid the commission based on the value of the booking prior to the discount, and your 5% promotional discount has been absorbed out of your 15% commission to the client. How this differs to operator-provided discounts, we'll take the same scenario, but this time it's an operator-provided discount. There's a $100 booking. You're offering a 5% promotional discount at a 15% commission. The difference is this time, the client is still going to be paying $95, which is a $5 discount. However, the operator is aware of this and they have agreed on this. So they're going to be receiving their net payment based on that discounted value of $95. So 15% of $95 equates to $14.95, which is what you're going to make out of this, and the operator will receive $80.75. Now, before we do move on to the next screen, one thing I do need to make you aware of is currently promotions cannot work with partner connections like Resdi, Livin and Yes Book It. This is because these connections do not allow price adjustments to your itineraries. So what we're going to look at now is how you set up promotions and how it affects the booking process. So we'll just leave the screen and we'll go into a test console that I have logged into. Now we treat promotions as an add-on. If you would like promotions to be activated, this will need to be done via Bookeasy support, and we will address that at the end of this webinar. But once promotions is activated, when you go across to your left-hand menu, the hamburger menu, you will find you do have a promotions area. So I will click on that. And in this case, I do have 4 promotions that have already been set up within this test console. And looking at these 4 promotions, the first thing you'll notice is that they do have the green tick. The green tick just shows you that these promotions are currently active. You may edit these promotions at any time by clicking on the pencil, or you may also click on this green button if you wish to add a new promotion. But we are going to look at the summer promotion, so I'll click on the pencil. And whether you are editing a promotion or setting up a new promotion, it does follow a wizard style. So there are 5 steps you do need to complete in each case. So firstly, you can activate or deactivate the promotion, and you need to give it a title and a quick description. This title will appear on communications to both the client and the operator as well. Once that is completed, we go to the next screen, and this is where you talk about your discounts. So in this case, I am making it an operator provided discount, which means the operator agrees to the discount in the promotion and they will be paid on the net. You may toggle that and change that to centre margin discounts. And depending on the type of discount you have chosen, there is an explanation screen reminding you on whether you are absorbing the discount or whether it will be passed on to your operator. Most importantly to note with centre margin discounts, beware not to provide a promotional discount which is greater than the commission you earn. The last thing you want to do is provide a discount of 15% if your commission is 12.5%. In all cases, once you have decided what type of discount you are doing, you have a choice on whether you can do a percentage or a flat fee discount. And if you are doing a flat fee discount, you also have the decision on whether that is per night or on a total with accommodation. Please keep in mind, if you are a centre outside of Australia, outside of Australian currency, although this figure does show percentages, it does work with your local currency. So I'm going to change this one back to a percentage discount. You also have the ability in the settings to say whether you want to have a minimum spend or not. If I change the minimum spend to 0, it means this percentage discount of 10% would come into play for all bookings. But I'm choosing to say with this promotion that you must do a minimum spend of $500, and the minute you do that, you also have the choice on whether that minimum spend is on the total value of your bookings or on individual booking cost. So as an example, if I do total value of bookings and I've got one booking worth $450 and the other booking worth $450, as that totals $900, the promotional discount would apply. But if I change this to individual cost and you do two bookings, the first one is $450 and the second one is $500, the promotional discount will only apply on the first booking. Then finally with the screen, this is your code. By putting in the code of summer, that code must be entered in the bookings process to get the promotional discount to apply. And that is both true for online bookings and for bookings via your staff console. Please note, promo codes are not case sensitive. If this field was left blank, it means the promotion becomes public and all discounts will automatically apply via all accommodation and tour searches, etc. The next screen allows me to work with the dates. Very similar to how you do packages with accommodation, this is where you can put in your requirements for the promotion. So in this case, because it is a summer promotion, I have made it so that it only applies if you are going to check in during the months of December, January and February over the next 2 years. So please keep in mind that the top section is where you are looking at the check-in dates and the bottom date range is where you're looking at your booking date. So if I was to put in, oops, so I'll just remove that one. Effective date range, if I click on effective date range and put in from the 1st of November through to the 1st of November next year, that would mean that this promotion is only available for sale from the 1st of November this year through to the 1st of November next year. However, the check-in dates say that you must also arrive only over the summer months. Once you have set up your effective date ranges and your effective check-in dates, you can go to the next screen. And this is a screen where you choose whether you want your promotions to be specifically applied to certain operators or blanket across all operators. So again, when you're setting up your operators, if you leave this area blank, it will apply to all operators, or you do have the ability to select which operators you wish to apply. It's very, very useful when you are looking at your operator discounts where the operator has provided them to you. This is where you can select which operators are part of the promotion. But in this case, I am choosing all operators. Finally, on this screen is where we can look at the commissions. The screen will automatically default to apply the default commission, which means if your normal commission is 15%, all bookings made via this promotion will also have a 15% commission applicable to your operator. You have the ability to override that. So if your normal commission is 15%, you have the ability to say for any booking via this promotion, the commission is in fact going to be 14.5%. So you can change the commission up or down. You also have the ability to override the commission to a flat fee. What additional percentage means is that it will be an extra percentage, and that can be both in a positive or negative value. So if your normal commission is 15% across all bookings, and I say the additional percentage commission is 1.5, that would mean that any bookings through this promotion would attract a commission of 16.5% just on these bookings. You also have the ability to make that a negative, but it would be recommended in this case to use the default commission. The final area is where you do have the ability to say your promotions are only active via certain channels. For example, you might choose that with the promotions they are available for your website sales and not for internal sales. Once your promotions have been set up, please remember to save your changes. But I had already had this promotion set up, and I do now have 4 promotions in play. Now that we've got some promotions set up, let's quickly just go through the booking process so I can show you how it will appear when you are booking internally. So I'm going to choose to go back to my dashboard, and I'm going to do a quick accommodation search arriving on the 1st of November. And I'm going to go straight to the Moonlight Hotel. And I'm going to book for 2 nights for 2 adults. So I'm going to do a quick search. So we've come up with a property in this case. And you'll notice that these are all of my public rates at the moment. So let's select the deluxe room on the Rita Hayworth floor, and we will go through the normal booking process until we get to the checkout screen. Now, keeping in mind, this is internal bookings. If you have promotions functionality activated, when you get to the final shopping cart, you'll notice you do have a promo code area on the right-hand side. So for the summer promotion, if I enter the code summer and go apply, what we will notice, okay, unfortunately I've gone and caught myself out on this one. I have not met the requirements of this promotion. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend the number of nights to 7 in this case. Okay, I believe, unfortunately it's a little bit embarrassing, but I believe that because I have changed the settings previously, I may not have met my requirements. So I am just going to change the promo code to apply and have to radio and have my fingers crossed that I've got a promotion in play. There we go. So this time I do have a promotion where if you put in the promo code of radio, you will notice that the promotional discount does appear separately, and you now have a promotional discount where the net value is $1,826.75. What this has shown, inadvertently in this case, that if you put in a promo code that does not meet the requirements of a minimum value or a date range, there will be no changes whatsoever to the price of that booking. But in this case, a promotional discount has worked and it has been applied to this cart. I'll give you a little bit of a hint, and you'll find this in the help documentation as well, that if you do have booking questions appearing, always apply your promo code at the very beginning prior to answering any booking questions. And from here, we could check out and proceed. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of completed reservations. So I'm going to load an existing itinerary. And what you'll see here is that when you do have promotions activated, you'll notice that this screen is slightly different. In this case, we do have a booking for History Tours by Mike on a historical Segway tour, and it clearly shows that the gross total was $288. A $25 promotional discount has applied, and the net value of the booking is now $263. You will also note in this case that the summary pod does clearly show that the total cost of the booking is now $263, and the booking has been clearly identified as a promotional booking under the name of staff discount. This promotion is an example where under the code of staff a flat fee of $25 has applied. It is worth noting in this itinerary that an operator return has already been run. And if we do a little bit of arithmetic and do 216 plus 72, that actually equals $288, which is the gross value of this booking. This is an example where the operator has been paid on the pre-discount value of the booking, i.e. the $25 has been absorbed by your centre. But if we load another itinerary, so I'm going to load itinerary number 7169589, and in this case we do have a booking at the airport chalets. Again, the gross value of the booking was $840, a discount of $92 is applied, and the net value is $1,748. In this case, the operator has already been paid, but if we add together 1546.98 and 201.02, this time it totals $1,746. In this case, the operator has agreed to the promotional discount and they are being paid on the net amount of $1,748, and the commission has been worked out appropriately. In all cases, operator communication clearly shows the expected net payment due, and when it is an operator agreed commission, that is explained in all operator communications. From the client's point of view, let's quickly click on View Itinerary. Just taking a moment to load. And when the itinerary loads, you will notice in this case that the promotion name does appear. In addition, the discount does clearly appear on the itinerary. This also appears with all communications going to the operator. So that's a little bit of a snapshot on how the promotions works. In addition, there are brand new help guides that have been set up in help.bookeasy, going through the 3 areas of how to set up a promotion, the bookings process and reporting, and the financial side of promotions. It must also be noted at this stage that when you are running operator returns, having promotions activated does not change that process whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask a couple of questions to do with promotions. So doing what we call polls within this webinar. It's the first time I've done this, so I'm hoping this one will work. So I've just sent through my first poll, because what we need to look at this case is, are we physically ready at your end for promotions to be running? So keeping in mind that you do have different level discounts for operators or absorbed discounts, I'm asking you the question, do you feel you're ready to run a promotion? Or do you feel, yes, you would like to run a promotion, but you would like a little bit more time or help? Or the third answer is, I don't yet feel comfortable, or I don't feel promotions will work for me. So I've just sent through a poll, if you wouldn't mind answering through on those. Unfortunately, it looks like I am having a few issues with this questions of polls, and they are not sending through to you. So what I will be doing is we will be sending through the polls post-webinar, and we'll be asking everyone if you could please address these questions, and they will come back to us. So now that the poll's not working, I've been caught out a little bit there, so I'm just going to check with Bex to see if any questions have come through that I do need to answer with the group. Once the webinar does finish, we will convert this recording over and it will be made available to everyone. Plus, I will be staying online for approximately 5 minutes. If anyone wishes to ask any questions, I can unmute you and we can answer them all as a group. So I might do it a little bit of a different way. I'll ask the question, who believes that promotions will work for you within your centre? If you believe they can work for you, if you just want to do a little bit of a hands up, please. That's great. So we've got a few people who are saying that the promotions can work for you. So what we'll do is we'll go into the live environment again. When you are logged into your console, and you can do this whether or not you have promotions activated, just go over to the right-hand side and access your online help. And once the help screen does load, if we go down to the training area, we do have a section on additional functionality, and that has your help guides to do with promotions. So there is a set of guides to help you set up your promotions. The second set will go through very detailed the bookings process internally, plus it will go through itinerary displays and reporting. And most importantly, there is also the area which allows you to run your returns and to ensure that your returns do cover gross amount versus net amounts. So that does conclude today's webinar. I do thank you for your patience with a couple of the computer issues to do with the polls and the setup, but that does conclude our webinar for today. We will be having more webinars in other areas to do with Bookeasy, including additional functionality, and we look forward to welcoming you to our next webinar. Thank you very much for giving up your time today. I will stay online if there are any more questions. Thank you. So Peter from Margaret River, you did ask a question from earlier about partner connections. If you're still around, are you still there, Peter? So the question was, are promos compatible with partner connected product? At this stage, the answer is no. Due to the partner connections, we are unable to edit or amend pricings. So promos will not change any pricings to do with RESD, Live-In or Yes Book It operators. Nicole has asked us the question, are any costs involved with setting up promos? No. The promotions add-on is free of charge, and an email through to the support team or via your support desk can get promotions activated, and the ability to have promos online setting up will depend on your web developer, but there is no cost to get promotions activated. Joanne has asked the question, are promotions different to a hot deal? This is where it comes into the game of, I might go back to the appropriate screen on this one. This is where we're looking at centre margin discounts versus operator provided discounts. In terms of a hot deal, I would say that is very similar to an operator provided discount. This is where the operators turn around and say, yes, we want to be part of a hot deal. The hot deal is going to be 10% discount, and if they're agreeing to it and they're going to be paid on the 90% value, it becomes public. It's 100% identical to a hot deal. However, if your centre is saying we want to do a hot deal and we're going to absorb the 10% discount, it becomes a centre margin discount. So Joanne, thanks for that question. They are very similar. If you would like clarification on this, just stay behind and just send a quick question and I'll unmute you and we'll have a little bit of a chat about it. Doreen, thank you for your response as well. So Joanne, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find you in my list. I'm going to unmute you so that you can raise your question about conference bookings. So are you there, Joanne?
I am. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Joanne. Nice to speak to you. Yes, I can. So I'll get you to ask you a question because everyone can now hear you as well.
All right. So basically, when we have conference bookings coming through and people are asking for deals at the various hotels, in the past we haven't been able to capture any of those bookings because 9 times out of 10 they can get the rate cheaper by going directly to the hotel because we haven't been able to negotiate. So for example, if RAC had a conference coming through in Geraldton and a number of operators were agreed to give a 10% discount, we could then create a RAC conference code and offer that, and yes, that would bring up a discount? Yes,
by all means, as long as the code is confidential and not made public, if that is the need, yes, that's exactly how you could do it. Now, you did mention about it not working for you with the conferences. Keep in mind, it could work that way as well. I think promotions is a better example, and I think you and I will talk about this later, and I can help you with the setup of this as well. Keeping in mind, with all promotions and for everyone else who's still online, that we are here to assist you as well. At any time, if you require assistance with the promotions, just reach out to our support team. So, Joan, does that answer your question for now?
Yeah, that's great.
Great. I'll just put you back on mute now if that's okay. So Sarah's come in. Does anything display on the website before a customer gets to the checkout page? So Sarah, if it is a public, let's see if I can just change my screen for you. I haven't set up a public one in this case, but if it is a public promotion, i.e. there is no code involved, when you do a generic search screen, it will appear very similar to a hot deal or an exclusive special, similar to what Joanne was just asking. But if it does require a code, let's just go back to the appropriate screen. If we go back to the code, it is at the checkout cart stage that the promotional discount does apply. If you would like that to appear earlier, you would need to discuss that with your web developer. Unfortunately, I cannot give an answer at this stage because the functionality is at the shopping cart stage. Yeah, there are a few other questions that have come in are all about difficulties we are having with the polls. I do apologise for that. I will follow up with that. But a question did come through from Scott about you cannot select promotions. Reminder, it is an add-in. If you just flick through a email through to support@bookeasy.com and just say, as per webinar, I would like promotions functionality activated, that will be done straight away for you and there are no costs involved. Mike, I'm just going to unmute you because I'm just not sure on your question. So Mike, you're now unmuted.
Yeah, so I was just asking whether, like, if we had an operator that we wanted to do an operator discount promotion with, that it might be cool to be able to match their discount, so that we could have 5% discount coming from the operator, 5% discount coming from us, and have one promo code that gets the customer 10% off.
I understand what you're saying. Like with all additional functionalities, promotions were set up initially for one of our clients who requested this functionality, and within the scope we were asked just to do one promotional code or one promotion to apply. So the short answer is, Mike, is currently no. You can only have one promotion applying per itinerary.
Okay, no worries.
And the share at this stage, but it's something, if it is something worth investigating in future, I would suggest communicating with us in the future about the possibility of that.
Yep, cool.
So thanks, Mike. I'm just going to mute you again because that's the power I have. Thank you. A little bit of humour there just to end the day. So do we have any other questions coming through? I don't think I've missed anything else. Jane, I got your question about the poll, so I hope I've answered that for you. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, it appears I don't think we've got any more questions. So again, I'm just going to say a thank you from Bex and a thank you from myself. Really appreciate your time giving up for this webinar. This recording will be available soon. Stay tuned for our next webinar. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.